and welcome back to the Shapeshifting Detective, Part 5. Before we go back to this, I just wanted to share quickly, so I do remember which card I drew from the Mercury deck. The first card I got was the Two of Wands, and I'm going to read really quickly what the Two of Wands, I guess, generally means in the tarot. Two of Wands can mean that you're beginning to realize your objectives and long-term goals before you set out to achieve these. Objectives. In other words, you have strived to get where you are now, and moving forward, you have your long-term goals in mind, which is pretty cool. So that, and then I also, the way the Mercury deck works, it says if you don't have a question, and the first time you draw the card and you're not sure what that means, it says to draw another card. So I drew another card, and then I got the Two of Swords, which let me quickly read a little piece of what that means. Two of Swords is about encountering a stalemate. Two equal and opposing forces are joined to battle. Seems to be no end in sight. This wasn't what you had in mind when you chanced to walk down this path, and you find yourself caught in the middle. And it's sort of about being in a situation where you have to make a choice. That if you don't meet the choice, then you're kind of stuck in the stalemate. So the two of those cards together is kind of interesting. I think, I believe tarot is kind of about self-reflection. I know I say that a million times, but that's just what I think. So in this case, I feel like it does make sense, because I have been sort of trying to progress and kind of improve my life and meet certain goals lately. So it's kind of nice to read something that makes me think a little bit more about that. And, you know, it's just tarot, but, you know, make you feel a little bit more hopeful. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know, just keep progressing, keep working on that. So, you know, that's why I feel like tarot cards, when you kind of draw them, they usually, you can think of something that applies to them. So, yeah, so just a cool little thing. So I probably won't do another one for a while. Maybe near the end. I guess I can't tell how long this game is, but if it feels like it's getting to the end, maybe I'll draw another card and see if it makes any more sense. Yeah, it doesn't seem like for tarot cards you probably don't want to draw them too often, because now you're just probably confusing yourself. I don't know. But anyway, just for fun, figured I'd kind of read that stuff. So let's continue. And we left off, we're going to keep shape-shifting, and we probably can shape-shift as Zach now. I didn't think about that last time, but I think we should start as Violet, especially, and go talk to Zach and see what he says about Violet. I'm not sure I want to know what he says about Violet, but we might get some more information that way, so let's do it.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet. Just black eyes. You kind of look like lizards.
We get to see if Rain has anything new for us.
Yeah, I mean...
No, I didn't think so. Alright.
Alien look. But it's quite an ancient object, isn't it?
Let's
it's
go
not
see
modern.
Zach.
Well, hello, gorgeous.
Did you hear about Dorota? I came over last night, but you weren't here.
I don't know. Again, I feel like it's really hard to bluff. Let's ask about this.
Everyone in town's heard. She's a local celebrity now.
Local celebrity? Were you sleeping with her?
Yeah, let's ask about that.
Violet? Of course not. I only have eyes for you.
That's not what I heard.
Should we say that? Because she just told us that she thinks this guy said that he loved her, and she knows he looks at those creepy pictures or whatever. But let's not say anything.
Don't sulk. We'll put lines on your face. I know what'll make you feel better.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Ew! Oh god! Oh no! I say we do nothing because she said herself she doesn't let him touch her. It's not.
I know it's a line, but it would really make you feel better. Kissing me would release your endorphins. So, smoochies?
Oh man, he really wants to keep... Oh, come on. Oh,
Okay.
come on. Okay, Violet would not say no thank you. Gosh, ew. Ugh. I feel bad for my character right now. Oh gosh. I'm gonna say no because she could be lying, but I feel like she would be like tough and like be like no.
I know you're waiting for marriage or the apocalypse or something.
Okay, see? It would have been more weird to say to go with it because
I came over last night, but you weren't here.
because he would have realized because she said that she doesn't let him touch her. You know what? Fuck it.
Well, that explains why there was no answer when I called you. I was definitely here.
Okay.
And so I'd say it's heavy because it's made out of metal.
Mhm.
And also
Oscar?
there's,
Yeah, I didn't figure there'd be anything to say to him.
well, I think it's like a green
Chief isn't here. Okay.
engraving on
Back
it.
to the guest house.
Yes. What kind of situation or scene do we have depicted there? What do you think?
Actually, I'm sure it won't solve anything, but I'm kind of curious to see if she gets a different scene if we try to talk to one of the girls.
It's funny that you mentioned combat first because there's an erotic
Okay,
scene.
the door's just closed.
And then the second point you made.
Okay, if we turn to one of the girls, I was gonna say, wouldn't that confuse Rain because he'd be like, "Aren't you supposed to be on calls with people?" So I guess we can't.
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain.
Directly from her chest.
He sounds great.
Yeah, what a nice.
You have a lovely guest house.
Yeah, let's be polite. Rain seems to like Violet, so
It is quaint, isn't it? It's all my parents had when they died. We are literally sitting in my inheritance.
was it a guest house then?
How did your parents die?
Ooh, a touchy subject, maybe. But I want to know.
Father died first. Heart attack. They found him in the freezer when Mother died. She had a pulmonary embolism.
Wait, what?
I didn't really talk to them much.
Wait, what? Hang on, I'm gonna have to look that up later.
Freezer?
Yeah.
Yes, she kept him in the chest freezer because she didn't want to be alone. Stored him perfectly. Still use it today.
Yeah, leave it, let's leave.
Ripped under her chin. It caught her still smiling mouth. And free. I expected to see a dripping cross-section
I
of
think
frontal
she
lobe,
might just be messing with us for
nasal
all you know,
cavities,
too.
and sinuses.
I don't know.
But
Either
her
that or that
head
explains a
was
lot about her.
completely...
Rain! I'm surprised to see you here. I take it you know about Dorota already. All that stuff we talked about yesterday, that's strictly between you and me.
Ooh.
What
Now
stuff?
we gotta get him to talk.
That's the spirit.
Ah,
Now,
shit.
I think it's best if we don't get caught speaking to each other. Overcautious, I'm sure, but I think it's for the best nonetheless. Maybe we can get together for a lad's night out after this is all blown over. Yeah?
Okay.
Maybe if we talk to Rain and Zach, we can get him to talk instead. Sure, let's be chummy.
Great. Well, I'll see you soon.
Clutching his spare
That
magazine.
gives me the willies. Alright, Chief, you got anything? Nope. Alright. Back to the guest house.
8 for Emma, and 1 for me. I kiss each bullet for luck as I reload them, rising to my feet.
I'm Zach Weston. Just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
It's in far better shape than he is. I
Oh
limp
boy,
past.
this is how this goes.
Zach! What are you doing here? Quick, don't let anyone see you.
Why don't you want anyone to see me? Everyone's talking about Dorota. Are you happy Dorota's dead? Why don't you want anyone to see me? Why don't you want anyone to... Everyone's talking about Dorota. Why don't you want anyone to see me?
What? You're the one who said we shouldn't be seen together. What are you doing here?
I wanted to make sure we were still okay.
I feel like he would say something like this.
What did you do? What did you say to Sam?
Everyone's talking about Dorota. Are you happy Dorota's dead? Everyone's talking about Dorota.
I know. But I suppose people like that attract trouble.
People like what? Is that why you killed her?
No.
People like what?
Homewreckers. Anyway, I hope you didn't just come here to talk about Dorota.
I don't like this ominous music.
Are you happy Dorota's dead?
I didn't say that. But we both know what Dorota was like. She practically threw herself at you.
She didn't throw herself at me. Why'd you think that?
Oh my gosh, she looks so ominous there.
The boudoir sessions. Some girls get the wrong idea. I saw how she was looking at you. She wanted it.
You were there. You saw the photos.
I've seen all your photos, Zach.
Oh jeez.
All of them.
Oh man. She is still scaring the crap out of me. Let's leave.
My legs fail, and I slide my back against the steel.
Alright, let's see if we can get Ray to
Jimmy's
talk.
empty gun.
Zach, let me stop you there. You
Yes.
are one creepy fellow.
Thank you, Rain.
Now,
Thank
I don't
you.
know what you had going on with Dorota, but I don't want anything to do with it. Do not come back here, please.
I don't blame him.
Nightmare.
I don't blame him.
With Poe and Monroe.
Oh man.
So, we have Gabby's dream.
Oh man.
So Gabby
He might be
said
the
that
actual normal person in this
she's
situation.
grocery shopping, and when she
Oh,
finally
geez.
gets to the checkout, there's a
Because
huge
the Oscar,
queue.
now he
Now, when
knows
she gets to the cashier,
that
she
Zach was
realizes
taking
she's left
pictures.
her money at home.
So what if he gets into a
And then the
fight
cashier
with,
makes her
with
put
me?
everything back on the
Oh,
shelves,
dear.
but
Let's
it
listen to
never
Chief first.
ends.
He's not there. Okay. Oh jeez. Let's
It
see what
seems more.
happens. Oh, we can talk to Oscar.
Wow.
Maybe
I
it's
do like
because
dreams like this.
Zach
Poe,
wouldn't
please
know
tell me what you
where
think
he
about this
lives.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we
so,
could try turning into Oscar.
Again, there's someone stuck in a loop.
And that seems to
I find
probably
that
be
always
it.
interesting. So it's an unresolved issue. But
Very good.
that's sort of something you could say about most dreams that.
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
You've interpreted so many dreams. Think back on the shelves. So it's almost someone doesn't. They don't get redeemed for it. They have to put everything back the way it was. To
Sensing the thing with Bronwyn went badly.
Okay.
Why did you put me up to it?
I need all hands on deck. You're a hand. At least I thought you were.
Nothing happened.
Never mind. At least you tried.
Is there anything else I can do?
No, you've done enough. I'll keep up my end of the bargain, make those speeding tickets go away, though technically, you'd have more points than a hedgehog if I kept them. And if I do catch you speeding in August again, Oscar, instant ban. Capiche?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. He's kind of shady. He keeps making deals with people. You wouldn't think he would need to do a favor for a boyfriend who was really truly mourning his girlfriend and wanted to help, you know, solve her murder. Alright, well, I think it's time to go end the chapter.
Have with someone should be
Well, we gotta change
equal,
back to Sam
and you
first.
should be loved for who you are. And maybe that is something.
And I think it's a lot of food for thought for this listener, and I hope she takes. It's 8 o'clock and time for another August update. Police investigating the death of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw have said there's no evidence to connect her boyfriend to the murder. Chief Dupont's statement was delivered in response to speculation from local residents that it was a crime of passion. Miss Shaw's strangled body was found by her mother around 10 p.m. last night in what the chief is calling a puzzling crime.
I can't believe people are gossiping already, Poe.
It's always the person closest to the victim, isn't that what they say?
But that poor boy. A reminder also that due to the murder, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced soon. The weather's getting worse tonight with heavy rain forecast. So if you're heading out, you might want to take a jacket. Or a cab.
Or wear the jacket in the cab. That's 8 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
You know, something just occurred to me. Why are they canceling the Tulip Festival? Out of respect, or is it because they're afraid there's a murderer amongst them? Might be a small town, so maybe that's why. I figured a big city, or, you know, like an Orlando city, like people wouldn't cancel events just because of a murder. Alright, next chapter.
Sam.
Ah! Hey!
I've got
Some of your
news.
jump scares, lady.
We've done a reading.
Oh no. Who's dying? Someone's dying next. Why are we all in different rooms? Oh no.
Five of Swords. That's the same card as yesterday.
Are they in the same room or not? It's hard to tell.
Let's hope it's not the Knight of Wands.
Oh. Somebody stacked this deck.
This doesn't look good.
It's fine. This happens all the time. There are 78 cards in a deck. The same ones come up a lot.
I get it, but we drew the exact
Yeah,
same
it's pretty
cards
unlikely.
yesterday. What are the odds of pulling all three again?
1 in 474,552.
Wonder if that's true.
I know. I get asked a lot.
By who? Oh, your clients?
Bet it's a Ten of Swords.
It's happening again. There's going to be another murder. Then Lexi did her thing, and now we have a name.
Oh, it's like a metal
Alice
keyboard.
Munro.
Well, we better go tell the chief. Okay. Please don't start talking. Oof. She moved her eyelids a little bit.
Sam, I've just arrested Bronwyn and Lexi. I know I don't really have anything, but they have been winding me up all day, coming in here, talking to me like I'm a suspect, and generally being weird. So,
Wait, why not Rain?
they're safely behind bars now, and presumably Ellis will live. Just keep an eye on Rain. Perhaps he'll take over the job if no one else is around.
Wait, why didn't you arrest
What
him?
emotions that you're feeling.
Did he also predict
Now,
the
from
de- the
what
deaths
I'm
before?
taking from this, Robin, I
Well,
think
I
you're
don't
finding it
understand
hard to break away from a painful
Let's just
situation
accept
that's
it now.
happened in your past.
Sam, do me a favour, go easy on Violet.
No.
If we need to get anything out of her, let me deal with it. She'll open up to me.
I really want to know what these two's, like, history is. Yeah, you can't just lock up people because they're suspicious. You gotta have more than that. Well, he's not gonna take kindly to this, though, I bet.
Why? I'm assuming that's just a gut feeling. If you actually knew who the murderer was, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Look, I see you're starting to care for these people already, but Violet's been watching them like a hawk. If you can convince her, you convince me.
I have to convince Violet that somebody else is the killer, but if it was her, though?
We've got a new target. Ellis Monroe. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. You say Bronwyn and Lexi's alibis don't add up. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. No one corroborates. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
I wonder if that wedding dress is going to be important.
Yes. What kind of situation
Not here.
did there? What do you think?
Zach. Hey, Zach. Weirdo. Oh, Sassy, does he know Ellis?
Monroe. Everyone knows her. She's a local radio star here.
Oh. Oh, wow. Why didn't I just realize? Yeah, she's the one who's been talking on the radio this whole time. Okay. Is she a redhead? We'll have to see her in a minute. Do you have photos of her? Yeah.
Always get the shot, Sam. One way
Ugh.
or another.
Are you a creeper, like, creeping on people? What is with... Okay, I keep comparing this stuff to the past games, but Dr. Decker, there was a guy who took pictures of people, you know, inappropriate pictures of people, naked girls, you know, sneak in their house. This guy is probably a voyeur.
Perjury at the time, but
Alright,
it never
let's
really
see Ellis.
ended well.
Okay.
You must be Sam.
Yep, you're a redhead. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. I guess we warned her.
I just got off the phone with Chief Dupont. I can't believe it. First Dorota, now me. Yes. We were friends. I hadn't known her for long. Only a few weeks.
Okay. Seems like a lot of people only knew her for a few weeks.
We met at the gala. I was hosting and she was playing the cello, you know? I guess we talked for a little while and then she asked me for a drink after the show.
Okay. Yeah, then what happened?
After we'd had a few drinks, she invited me back to her house. I thought we were just gonna chat, watch a movie.
She wanted something else, huh?
That sort of thing. Then she kissed me. I was so shocked. She was so attractive. So I kissed her back.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But she just knew her for a few weeks. I guess she could be in a relationship, I suppose. Okay.
This is just between us, right?
I'm not gonna tell her boyfriend. He didn't seem like he knew.
We fooled around. I don't have many friends, Sam. Everyone thinks because I'm on the radio, I have tons of friends, so nobody ever approaches me. I get lonely. But Dorota was my friend, and I liked making her happy.
I hope she wasn't just using you. What is with these close-up angles? What? Okay, is my character dense or something? Fooled around? Yes, okay, like, get over it, dude. Alright. But asking you have no friends is pretty mean. But I don't want to be like, you fooled around? I don't understand. Okay, like, get over it, man.
Poe and Dorota, people I say hi to. I have thousands of followers and subscribers, and they keep me feeling warm when I'm down, but...
Yeah, I see what you mean, girl.
They're not friends. I do get the odd stalker, but that isn't something anyone wants.
Is it the camera guy? Is it the creeper? Yeah, Zach.
Oscar. Yeah. She was a bit confused. When we started seeing each other, she didn't like him touching her anymore. I didn't mind. But she did. So I told her if he wanted to get sexual, then Maybe she should try something else.
Oh, wait, are you the one who suggested that she just, like, have him watch? Was she just, like, over that guy? Were you guys? I don't get it. Was she also not wanting to touch her either? Alright, whatever.
I said some guys like to watch.
She
so
did suggest it.
Tell him it would be sexy if he could look, but he couldn't touch. As far as I know, it worked.
So she didn't want him to touch her anymore, so she's just like, oh no, it'll be sexier if you just watch me. Stay in that closet, don't come out until I'm done. Like that. Jeez. That's pretty messed up. She couldn't tell him. Wait, what? I don't think we know this. How did it work? How did what work? How well did it work? You want me to ask her to describe it? I don't think we know this about the murderer.
She told Oscar to watch from her walk-in wardrobe. When he was at a safe distance, she put on a show. She faked it.
Do I? She probably didn't. I don't know. I don't know how much you can fake it. You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain amount of faking you can do, but, like, I don't know.
She told me she faked it. But you'd know best.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, but I guess the boyfriend, if he's a clueless guy, maybe he didn't realize that she was faking it, but I don't know. It seemed like she was it seemed like she was probably really doing it though, because she told him to stay the fuck in there. I don't know. Did Oscar know? Oh yes, we keep asking about this wedding dress. Let's get some information about this.
It was her mom's. She was saving it in case she ever got married.
Okay. Let's talk about, tell me about Poe.
We're co-hosts on the radio.
Yes, I hear you.
Sorry.
Every chapter.
You know that already. We've been partners for 2 years now. He's a good friend.
Oh, do we get to talk to him? I don't know. What is with this guy questioning everybody's, like, I don't even know, like, relationship status. He wants to know every single detail of these people's, like, sex lives that, like, don't necessarily matter in the course of his investigation. Yeah, where do I find him?
He's on air at the moment, but he'll be
By
finished
himself?
at 8:30.
I thought you guys were partners, though. Like, that you did this radio show together. Yeah, where were we last night?
On air. We both were. We broadcast live hourly news reports. It's how we keep our funding.
You were telling me you go in every hour? Or do you do it from home? Yeah, that's what Zach.
Not very well. He's done a few shoots of me and Poe to promote the show.
Yeah, but he's probably been watching you. Yes, that's about the sessions.
No. Zach keeps asking, but I just don't want to. Not for him, but Dorota did. She gave me the pictures as a gift.
Oh, it's for you.
She looked
okay.
amazing.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
No. Sorry. I did have a strange dream last night, though. My life was playing on a TV screen, and every time I did something, another version of me started playing over the first. In the end, there were so many versions it became a fog. It filled my lungs. I couldn't breathe. And then I woke up. What do you think that means, Sam? I don't know what. I mean, I'm anxious now. Maybe it was predicting Dorota's death. Or mine.
I'm not even supposed to be a real cop. Like, I can't pretend that I'm going to protect her. So let's just ask what she wants me to do.
Just don't hurt me. Or let me get hurt.
Well, I can't promise that. It's not like I'm a cop that can watch your residence 24 hours, girl. In fact, if they ought to be taking this seriously now that one lady has died. So shouldn't they have a police officer watching her? You know, making sure she's safe? I don't know. Alright, let's go. What is with these jump scares?
Sam, you forgot your phone.
What the heck? So many jump scares.
And they were astonishingly smooth down to a molecular level. Indeed, it was clear that this hole was not a natural formation. But neither could it have been man-made. The hole was drilled, or otherwise created, over 50 million years ago, long before the dawn of...
Oh, come on. You can take her a book to read.
Gold star for you. Oh, hello. This is my goddaughter, Sophia.
See, I was like, maybe
She's
somebody's
only 9,
kid.
and
She's a
she's a maths genius.
Hello.
I have to pop
She
to my
was
room
the
to get
murderer.
something.
It was
Be
her.
nice to her while I'm gone. Otherwise, I might have to smother you in your sleep.
What? You're gonna make this girl twisted.
What's your name?
Watch, I bet you anything, this girl's gonna say something scary. Watch, before the scene is over and freaky. I'm the boogeyman? Why would we be a jerk to this possible, demon child, you know? Sam?
I'm Sophia. Pleased to meet you. Do you want to know a secret?
Yes. Watch, something scary.
Violet was taken by aliens in their ship. She doesn't want anyone to know.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Sure, she
Sophia,
was.
your mother will be here
That
for you
wasn't
soon,
scary.
so run along and wait. Now, Sam, how can I help you?
We can actually ask about it? Oh my god. Yes. Let's ask about the aliens, please.
She has a wicked imagination for her age.
Yeah. Oh my god, we can keep asking about it, yes. Is that why you're taking pills? Do you think you will abduct? Let's ask her about the pills again.
I was seeing and hearing things that weren't there. That's why I'm taking pills.
Okay, straight answer.
I needed to confide in someone, so I
Oh, we're
told
getting the
Chief
truth.
Dupont. Just Chief Dupont. And now you, apparently.
Okay. Interesting. I'm not gonna ask her if she was abducted last night. I don't think aliens are in this game. Do you still think the tarot card readers killed Dorota?
What do you know?
I don't have a gut feeling that it was them, but I have to ask.
I'm not sure that changes my mind. We're talking about a possible murderer, Sam.
Let's ask about...
Of course. Poe and Monroe. She's on the radio.
Let's not ask about the abduction.
Utani checked in with him at regular intervals to confirm that their communication was still working,
Oh, we still can't talk
and
to
to
the
notify
girls?
him of the depth of his descent.
I guess...
200 meters, 300 meters,
I thought it was
400,
8 o'clock now.
500,
I thought they said that it was
600,
then.
700.
Wasn't
Nearing the end of the
wasn't
rope
it
now,
20...
she informed
o'clock?
Dimitri at 800 meters. If we...
How could you let Chief Dupont do that? I'm not talking to you until you get this fixed.
What?
Bronwyn was on Tarotasm, Sam.
Oh, they got arrested,
just like she
duh.
was an hour ago. And they record everything, so her alibi should be without question. She was just lying to protect Lexi. She's maternal like that.
He did it
Al?
without asking me.
He wasn't sure
okay,
why
I
he
guess
suddenly
he's still
felt
upset
the
to
need
talk
to narrate. Doing it for the
Ooh,
recording
he won't even
device
talk
on
to
his
me.
arm, or in the small hope that Dr. Utani and the others could still hear him, but secretly he knew.
You're only alive because we want you to be.
Jeez. Are we getting messages from the future now? Okay. I feel like we're gonna get a pendant.
Hi, I'm... Hi, I'm Chief Dupont.
Not much to see here, just more smooth black surfaces and...
Claude?
Violet, there's been a UFO sighted on a night that you can't remember.
Oh my gosh! That's mean. That's really mean. Do you think the chief would say that? I think we're being really mean, but I'm kind of curious if this will work.
Shh! Claude, I told you never to speak about this.
We're so mean.
Wait. So you think it's real?
Oh no. Oh no.
I need you to tell Sam what happened. It'll help.
Help what? Me? I'll think about it.
Oh, okay, so maybe she wouldn't have answered me if I had asked her?
The writing took longer than he would have liked. It wasn't easy to find some of the small markings in the pitch black darkness, so the work was tedious and fiddly. Yet the soft...
Chief, I wanted to ask you something.
Is it about the boudoir photos? What did you want to ask?
Am I still a suspect?
Yes.
Yes.
But I was playing football, and there was loads of witnesses. How?
Oh yeah, whoops.
Everyone is a... You killed her after, and planted them. Everyone is a suspect.
It's ridiculous.
Is it about the boudoir photos?
Should we talk about that?
Yeah. So it's true then?
I haven't seen them. I'm sorry.
I'm just in shock. All the time. How could she be so different?
My
just
cat
can't process
is
it all.
currently biting my fingers. She's mad because I'm ignoring her. If you hear any noises, it's my cat.
The sweet release of slowly being lifted up towards the surface. Faster! Please go!
Okay, Zach is not
Dr. Sheffield?
Chief Dupont. Thanks for calling in.
I'm just checking you're safe.
At the moment, my heart's beating 1,000 times a minute and I can't sit still. Every noise or knock on the door makes me jump out of my skin, and I keep looking behind me. Is that safe?
Have I ever let you down? What's really worrying you?
That you're just saying you're doing things when you're not actually doing anything. What's the plan, Chief Dupont? How do we stop this from happening?
She's right. It's like they don't even care.
How do we stop me from dying?
I guess. Wow. No answer. Bye.
The etchings he had copied, much to her delight and gratitude. It appeared the writing consisted of one word repeated over and over. Thanks to some...
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Oh, I meant to turn to Sam, not Violet.
The concept to be closely associated with wickedness, something to be punished.
And you're sure it was her? Then it couldn't be her, could it? You want me to tell Claude, don't you? Sorry, I mean Chief Dupont. Fine, fine, I'll call him.
Let's see if she actually answers this.
Why are you talking about this again? You understand, every time you mention abduction, it opens up a vault of crushing memories that I'd rather stay locked up.
Should we say this? Because she said she'd think about it. So...
Stammered. Somebody help!
That's not
No one answered.
Maybe
He
she'll answer
continued
next.
into the common area of the base, which he knew.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Can't see. I think I'm blind. The breathing became heavier, but there was no reply. He yelled out in frustration and fear, stomping his feet like a frustrated child. Please help me!
Violet, if this is about releasing people from prison, the answer is no. I'm going to need hard evidence for that to happen. Now, go! Back to the guest house?
Okay, so I guess we can't actually use
Breath.
Shapeshifted
Held back by
Violet to stop
doubt.
him.
Approached the source.
Hello, lovely. Take a look at this. It's a picture of the rotor.
Okay. What's your point?
I don't want to see pictures of your conquests.
It's not like that. It's just a press photo. Do you see anything in it?
This again.
A girl holding a cello. What do you see?
Beautiful lady. I can make you look like that, Violet. You just need to let me.
Ugh, no. Well, that was
He
wasted.
grew more incessant, hounding him, compelling him to listen.
Yeah, it was like, sometimes it's like, some characters shouldn't
This
use it.
is how you die. Dimitri tried to scream, but there was no sound. He reached for his throat and felt his skin peel.
Hello.
I wonder if we can
I'm
talk
Rain.
to Dupont.
I'm Rain.
Suspended in the air. He was still inside the hole. Had he been...
Who is Sophia?
You saw her, did you? She's my goddaughter, at that age where she overshares.
Is she a ghost?
That's a weird question. We're not going to answer that.
Dr. Whitfield asked. All we had was static. I have something that might interest Dr. Utah.
Oh, we can't talk to the chief? That's
Trying to hide his anxiety. He produced the etching.
Zach said we don't want to talk, so...
Dr. Utah.
Haven't you done enough predicting my death?
Oh, shit. We can just hit and talk to her.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just kidding. I know it's not your
She's
fault.
like, wait a minute.
Well,
yeah.
unless you're the killer.
Yeah, what are you doing? Why'd you let him in?
Have you made a decision about the show?
You let this guy in who you could possibly be the killer. You predicted your death, so you're like, yeah, I'll just come into my place by myself. What show? Huh?
I think it's a no. Sorry. It's just the reading that you gave me the other day. I don't want to scare off the audience.
Why would I scare off your listeners? What reading? Why would I...
They don't want to hear talk of death and darkness. Well, they do, if it's in a story. But you can't tell them they're going to die.
I said you were going to die?
You didn't say you're going to die, just like that, but I remember the death card. And the devil. And you said it was... What was the word you used? My challenge. That I needed to die so I could be free from my chains. I know you said it doesn't mean literal death, but maybe it does.
Wait, what? So he does know her? He asked to be on her show, seemingly, and he's done a reading for her before this? It didn't sound like this was part of that reading they just did. That doesn't sound good for him, but maybe he meant it, like, figuratively. I don't know. I wonder if we can ask him about this.
But lacked conviction. It was probably some kind of hallucination, said Dr. Whitfield as he placed a hand on Dimitri's shoulder.
But he doesn't want to talk
Nothing to worry
Sam
about.
right now.
Dimitri just stared into empty space, his eyes filled with...
Maybe we can be her. Yes, we can. Yeah, let's be her.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
His imminent and unavoidable future, a slow and terrifying. Trapped in an alien place. Chills ran down his
No, we can't talk
and
to
quickly
him.
fell asleep.
Okay.
He couldn't wait to go back home.
I guess let's go talk to Dupont.
Later that night, Dimitri
Nope. Guess we can't talk to
and
him.
hollow whisper. He didn't bother.
Nope, I can't talk to anybody. Okay.
Dreams
And nightmares.
with
I thought it was
Poe
gonna
and
happen.
Monroe.
The music's
So,
here.
Robin's
Alright. We haven't done anything to progress the chapter, so
I'm
there
Zach
must still be
Weston.
something we're missing.
Just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
Oh, Robin. That sounds like quite a horrible one.
I need to talk about Ellis Monroe.
What have you been doing with Ellis Monroe?
Oh dear.
What haven't I been doing? What have you heard?
What haven't I been doing? That sounds like something he'd say.
The tarot readers have predicted that she is the next victim. Do you think we should do something?
Want to fool around?
No, I do not. I've got more important things to do, Zach.
It'd be bad if she said yes, because, like, man, we're being real creepy if we start doing shit to people, pretending to be other people.
If I'm honest, you are quite right, that the situation is related.
Rain. He did say don't come back.
Painful emotions from the past. Now, the photo albums,
Nope.
forgetting,
Nope. Let's see if Ellis wants to talk to us.
but
Zach,
Oh, yes.
what are you doing here?
Oh, why'd you let him
I've
in?
been a naughty boy. I need to tell my previous partners.
Well, we have to say this, so...
Good to know. I'm not one of them, though, so... Unless there's anything else?
What?
Pose for me. Pose for me.
No, she doesn't want to do that. We know she doesn't want to do that.
you're not alone in this. And I know, by the sounds of it, this dream feels very sad, and
Be
it
real
feels like
creepy
it's
in this
full
game
of
if you
grief.
want to.
Robin,
Alright, well, one more try here.
I'm Oscar.
Maybe we
Is there
have to
anything else
ask
I can do?
Violet about the aliens, because it seems like we haven't triggered
We can
it
take
or
heart
anything
and can
else, so.
understand. It could be the beginning of finding
Unless we go back at Sam to Dupont.
to the sadness.
Maybe he's...
well, I hope so,
Violet's
Robin,
calling him or
and
something.
thank you for your dreams. You're listening to Radio August.
Well, that was weird.
Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Oscar, good. You got my message. Got some things to show you.
What have you got?
Does, this mean anything to you?
They got the
That's
line in
Dorota.
there. He didn't do the gesture though. He would often say that as Jenks in contradiction. Oh man.
And what if I showed you this?
Oh,
Ellis Monroe.
he does have pictures of her.
Do you know her?
She's from the radio.
And if I do this?
Yes, please. Hey, okay. Whoa. Okay.
No. Anything?
Man, he is having a
What are
good
you
time
doing?
here. What are you doing? Keep doing it. It's hilarious. Please keep doing it. So he found out about the relationship. Okay.
That'll be all. You can go now.
He's not amused. He's not amused.
Quickly pulling
Dang.
out the desk
That was worth
drawers,
it. That was
I
definitely
searched for
worth
some
it.
kind of solution. Pretzel.
Oscar,
Ooh.
I'm so sorry. What can I do?
Were you seeing Dorota?
Oscar, it's so much more complicated than that.
Why didn't you save her? Is it really? Tell me.
Dang, why didn't you save her? You can't ask that. That's harsh.
Oscar, I didn't mean to hurt anyone. That's not who I am. I go out of my way to help people, to be kind to them.
So were you helping or being kind?
I had feelings for her, Oscar. You should understand that. I'm sorry this is how you had to hear it. But maybe she didn't tell you because she was leaving me. I don't know.
Wasn't she dating
I'm
him
sorry.
first, though?
I truly am.
I forgive you. You want to make it up to me?
Whoa!
I forgive you.
Inappropriate, man. What an asshole. Who says that? Unless he meant, like, you want to help me solve this murder, but I don't think that's where it's going. I'll say I forgive you.
That's so kind of you. Giving me closure. I have so many loose ends. And not much time.
What? What do you mean by that? That sounded suspicious.
Places to hide. Officer Peter sighs. I'll get going then.
Alright.
Heading for the door, she turns around one
I
last
guess
time.
let's go back to Sam.
Be careful, she whispers. I'm really not supposed to say this, but the chief thinks...
Should we ask Violet? I don't know. Let's see what
Not
happens
from
when we go back to
Anonymat.
the Chief.
If you find one, shoot it. That's the only way to deal with them. That's how we deal with them. With that,
Yeah, aliens.
What do you know about it? It's probably a bit more nuanced than that, but maybe. Fine. Let me do the paperwork. I'm starting to regret hiring you. Maybe you should concentrate on something else.
Falsely imprisoning somebody is a pretty douchey thing, man.
We've got a new target. Ellis Monroe. Ellis said she was in a relationship with
Maybe this only
kissed the girl
updates
and
when
she
you
liked
go to a new chapter.
She told you where John Pope, or Poe, is going to be next. Rain still
did
says he
update.
was praying in his room, alone. Bronwyn was logged into a call centre system called Taratasm. I heard the recordings from last night. It's her voice. So as much as it pains me to say it, Bronwyn isn't a suspect. But Lexi and Rain still are. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. Violet told you about her brush with aliens? You seem far too interested in those kind of things.
Yeah, probably.
Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. No one corroborates. And he keeps asking Ellis to pose nude. Could be motive.
Yeah.
Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that.
Her girlfriend did, though.
That's it.
Maybe we'll get a new chapter when we leave. Let's see what happens.
Alex has said that they have the same dream every night. Now it's
guess
a
we
woman
have to
lying
ask
in a
her,
lake with
'cause I
her
don't think
eyes
there's anything else we
closed
can
and her
do.
black hair streaming beneath the surface.
Oh, Bronwyn's
She
free.
must be dead.
And Lexi, I guess.
No.
Uh-oh. I think my thing stopped. Well, I will continue this in the next one.